And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are finally back into the win column. Finally. They've moved on to 7-5. The Arizona Cardinals fall to 3-9. Folks, it was not easy. I mean, it was not an easy time. Okay, in this game, it came down to the wire, as these games usually have been this year. Holy cow. But you know what? The Bucs got the win. Everybody can breathe a sigh of relief. Now, important thing to note, the Carolina Panthers also won their game. They beat the LA Rams because of course they did, right? We don't get nice things. But the Bucs are still in sole possession of first place in the NFC South, okay? They are still in first place of the NFC South, which is great news. But let's just go over this game real quick. Firstly, Mayfield, 18 of 28, 194 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks, sacked twice. He did also have 5 rushes for 28 yards. So Mayfield looked fine, I thought, out there. Really, I only saw him miss like 1 or 2 throws. The play calling was weird in this game. It just felt like it was pretty clunky in terms of the overall flow of the offense in this game. But Mayfield, there was like one play where he should have thrown a pick, maybe 2, but the defenders dropped it, which is great. We love to see that. Every quarterback has a couple of those types of plays in a game as well. So thankfully, no interceptions happened at the end of the day. Mayfield still overall played like a fine game, in my opinion, in terms of being able to make some plays. The return of Bucky Irving happened in this one, which was great. I mean, 17 carries for 61 yards and a touchdown. He also had 2 catches for 20 yards, so an 81 scrimmage yard game for Bucky and a touchdown on 19 touches. Love that. Welcome back, Bucky Irving. I feel like the offense felt better with Irving in it because, like, of course, right? Rachaad White and Sean Tucker really didn't get a ton of work in this game in terms of pure runners. Rachaad still did have 3 catches for 22 yards, which was great, but aside from that, it was all Bucky Irving. He wasn't on a pitch count or anything, which is fine because he looked pretty darn good, in my opinion. Averaged 3.6 yards per carry, which we'll take that, which is completely fine. This was Godwin's best game of the season. 3 catches for 78 yards, had a longest catch of 31 yards on 5 targets. Was a really good game for Godwin. Hopefully he gets warmed up as we continue forward here. Ibuka did have a drop in this game, which was not good. Oh, Godwin had a drop touchdown as well, by the way. I should have mentioned that. But Godwin and Ibuka both did have drops, which was unfortunate. There were a few mental errors in this game as well. And hopefully they kind of clean those up as they continue forward here. But overall, they played, Godwin played fine to good. If you take, if you include that drop, Ibuka played fine, all things considered. Aside from that, that was really it. I mean, Wirfs had the 2-yard touchdown catch, which was freaking hilarious and amazing, and we love to see that. So very happy to see that. Really overall, the offense was okay. It was okay. It wasn't, phenomenal. It wasn't terrible. It was just okay. And I feel like they should be better than okay. Because look, your offensive line is as healthy as it's been. Bucky's back. Godwin's back. Like, they should have performed better in this game, in my opinion, against Arizona. That's how I feel. Maybe that's on Grizzard. Maybe it's not. You guys can kind of, discuss that for yourselves. Defensively, they did some work, okay? Now, I will say, Jacoby Brissett still passed for 300 yards in this game. The Cardinals had almost 400 yards of total offense in this game, which is it's inexcusable, right? It really is. But some guys still stepped up. Logan Hall forced a fumble. It was recovered by Tyke Smith. Jamel Dean almost had an interception, but then it landed in the hands of Winfield Jr. Vita Vea had a sack. Yaya Diaby had a sack. Yaya's at 6 sacks on the year, by the way. So they had 7 quarterback hits, 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, and 3 passes deflected. Servassier Dennis led the way with 11 tackles in this game today. Honestly, if those two takeaways don't happen, I don't know if the Bucs win this football game. I don't know, but thankfully they did happen and they won the game, and it was great. It was great. So you love to see that. Overall special teams was really solid today. I thought Cam Johnson had himself a great day today, not just as a returner. He did okay in that regards, but as a punt coverage guy, he was phenomenal. I'm going to be very curious to see what the PFF grade is for that after tomorrow, probably when I record that video, just because Cameron Johnson did really good in this game, in my opinion. McLaughlin was money. Really, he kicked a great 57-yard field goal that gave the Bucs the lead, really helped them seal and win the football game. And I do need to talk about this guy because he's had a really rough year. This was the best game of his time with the Bucs so far, is Riley Dixon. I mean, 5 punts, 48-yard average per punt, but 3 inside the 20. This was far and away Dixon's best game for the Bucs. Far and away. I don't even think that is much of a debate. It really was a phenomenal game there for them. Look, in a game where really you could argue Arizona's offense outpaced the Bucs. I mean, 22 first downs for the Cardinals, 13 for the Bucs. The big thing here was third down. The Cardinals were 3rd of 8 on third down. The Bucs 7 of 16. They got to 16 third downs, man. That's crazy. They were 1 of 1 on 4th down. The Cardinals were 0 of 2. Again, look at this, folks. Very similar plays. The Cardinals ran 61 offensive plays. The Bucs ran 47. 386 yards of total offense for the Cardinals, only 279 by the Bucs. Just not good enough, man. With all these pieces, just not good enough. We should expect more from Grizzard, in my opinion, and from execution by the players as well. 5 penalties for the Bucs today, 4 from the Cardinals to wrap us up. The Bucs didn't have a single turnover today. The Cardinals had 2. So that was a big deciding factor in this football game, in my opinion. But look, the Bucs move on to 7-5. Thank God they got a win. It was not a pretty win. It was a scrappy win. But I feel like at the end of the day here, hey, maybe this is what the Bucs needed to get that momentum back in their favor and really get out of this funk that they have been in. Maybe this is what they needed. We'll see. But let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions about it. I'd love to hear more. And yeah, man, good win. Good win for the Bucs. Real quick, shout out to Sleeper, by the way, the proud sponsor of this channel. If you guys do use the code MrBucs, you will get a 100% match up to $100. That is, again, whenever you use the code MrBucs. Also, just for signing up, everybody, you get $20 for free. It's as simple as that. So go download Sleeper today. Enjoy football the way it was meant to be. That is together. Huge shout out to Sleeper. Bucs are 7-5, man. Looks a whole heck of a lot better than 6-6. That is for darn sure. Hopefully now they can start a streak and get some wins under their belts. But yeah, good stuff.